Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Dining with Jesus. It's morning here. Today we're going to be reading through Job chapter 4. It is morning here, and obviously I don't have anything to eat with me, so today we're just going to feast on his words. Okay, so this is one of Job's friends, Eliphaz, responding to Job and what he said in chapter 3 about deploring his birth. So, let's get into it. Verse 1. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If one attempts a word with you, will you become weary? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Surely you have instructed many, and you have strengthened weak hands. Your words have upheld him who was stumbling, and you have strengthened the feeble knees. But now it comes upon you, and you are weary. It touches you, and you are troubled. Is not your reverence your confidence, and the integrity of your ways your hope? So, we just stopped in verse 6, but I wanted to point out that Eliphaz, Job was obviously seen as a wise man, and people came to him for counsel and instruction, and Eliphaz acknowledges that in verses 2 through 4. But then he kind of spins it, and he's going to kind of twist it in a way that it seems like, oh, Job, you must have done something wrong. So starting up in verse 7, remember now whoever perished being innocent, or were the upright ever cut off, even as I have seen those who plow iniquity sow trouble reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his anger they are consumed. The roaring of the lion, the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perishes for lack of prey, and the cubs of the lioness are scattered. Now a word was secretly brought to me, and my ear received a whisper of it, in disquieting thoughts from the visions of the night, when the deep sleep falls on men. Fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face, the hair on my body stood up, it stood still, but I could not discern its appearance. A form was before my eyes, there was silence. Then I heard a voice saying, Can a mortal be more righteous than God? Can a man be more pure than his Maker? If he puts no trust in his servants, if he trusts his angels with error, how much more those who dwell in houses of clay, whose foundation is in the dust, who are crushed before a moth? They are broken in pieces from morning till evening, they perish forever, with no one regarding. Does not their own excellence go away? They die even without wisdom. So, essentially he's basically saying, Job, you can't be holier than God, which is true. And then he's basically saying, in order for all this stuff to have happened to you, you must have done something really, really bad, which we know from chapter 1 that Job didn't, and that the devil is the one persecuting him. And Job's response comes in chapter 5, which we'll read either tonight or tomorrow. I've gotten a little bit behind on doing these because life's been a little chaotic, but I just want to point out that his friends are supposed to be a source of support, which they are at the beginning, but then their rationale, kind of like how human rationale is, oh, you must have done something super wrong, therefore you must have sinned greatly to deserve this, kind of like karma, which as Christians we don't believe in karma. So yeah, some of what he says in here does ring true. Just kind of of the nature of things. Like in verse 8, even as I have seen those who plow iniquity and sow trouble reap the same. Which is true a lot of the times. If you get into trouble, you'll get trouble back. But in Job's case, this is not what's happening. So we're going to see God's response to this in chapter 5. And let me know if you have any more questions on Job 4. Job 4 is kind of, it's pretty short and to the point. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can give greater commentary if you need. Let me know if you have any prayer requests, and any other books of the Bible going forward after we get done with Job that you would like to read through. So I'm just going to pray us out, and hope you all have a wonderful day. Dear Lord, I pray that you would bless everyone watching this and keep them safe wherever they may be. Guide them throughout the day. I thank you for your holy word, and to be able to learn from the men and women of the Bible and how you have taught them and led them. I pray that you would give us hearts that can be led and be willing to learn and to listen, especially to your voice. Grant us hearts of discernment. Lord, I thank you for the sunshine and the rain and for protection. Pray that you would comfort every one of us today in our fears and anxieties and frustrations. Lift us up. Watch over your people, Lord. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Have a wonderful day. I'm praying for you guys. God bless you all.